Solo, a Star Wars story, is now in theaters and is the newest entry in the Star Wars series, even though it's kind of like a side film. This obviously follows young Han Solo as he becomes a smuggler, as he goes on an adventure, and now he meets Chewbacca, Lando, the Kessel Run, just a lot of things that fans may or may not have been asking about. This is a film that, honestly, from Star Wars fans that I've talked to, which of course I know many because everyone is a Star Wars fan pretty much, no one was really looking forward to this film. And that's because a lot of people heard about the production problems that they had. Like 90% of the film had to get reshot, which is a lot. It's a heck of a lot. Because the Millers, the ones that did the Lego movie and the 21 and 22 Jump Street movies, they got taken off because they made it too funny, apparently. The studio wanted to make it more serious. And so Ron Howard took over, the director of Cinderella Man, Beautiful Mind, Da Vinci Code, etc. He took over, and there's that, as well as some people just don't like the casting of the actor that got chosen for Han Solo, as well as just the overall, it being unnecessary. And to that I say, isn't Rogue One kind of unnecessary too when you think about it? I know I'm going to get some hate from that comment, but I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of Rogue One. And I went into this film with no expectations because the latest Star Wars movies I've either felt very meh about or I really, really didn't like it. Like Force Awakens, I enjoyed it. Have I seen it since I saw it in theaters? No. 3 years ago, and I'm just like, I'm fine with that because I think if I rewatched it, I wouldn't like it as much. It was just a nostalgia trip, and that's the thing. I'm pretty sure I said this in my last Jedi review. This is a series that works on sentimental values, nostalgia, spectacle. And this film has all of that. If you like that stuff, if you are fine with formulaic storytelling or not taking risks, you'll love this film. It's right up your alley. It also has a lot of humor, which I was surprised about because you fire two directors that are great at comedy, and you said they made it too funny, but it's like there's a lot of times where you're trying to be funny in this film. So maybe you should have stuck with the director. But, Ron Howard, he does a good job directing. He does his best with the material. He has a lot of nice shots. There's some tracking shots. It is a well-shot film. The score, it's not incredible, but I like that I actually took risks. Because the thing is with Star Wars, I feel as though they have the original trilogy in terms of actual good scores. And the rest of them are very forgettable. And this is a film that does have a forgettable score, but while listening to the score in the film, I actually noticed and I actually liked it. Both the other films, I didn't notice the score. So, props to that. I liked the cast, Andy Newton, Woody Harrelson, Emilia Clarke. I liked them. I thought they weren't given that much to work with, but they did a good job for what they had to offer. But, I'll say this. I'm honestly not a fan of this film. But I can still see some positives because, again, technically speaking, it's not bad. It really isn't. There wasn't that much noticeable CGI. And even if something is noticeable, it's like, well, critique it. And by critiquing the CGI, I didn't think it was bad. I thought, if anything, it was passable, which is good because it is Star Wars and you're going to see this for spectacle and nostalgia. So, but now I got to get into the negatives. And here's the thing. Spectacle and nostalgia, it isn't enough for me, especially in a big combustible franchise such as Star Wars. You can only have action and nostalgia for so long, and this film has a lot of action. It is slow, though, to me, or maybe it just felt very slow because I enjoyed the first 20 minutes. I did. A lot of exposition in it, but still, it was enjoyable. But then the film just kept on going on, and it was kind of like, maybe as a 90-minute movie, this could have been better. Maybe also just kind of cut back on the PG-13 action. I don't know. I get it that it's a PG-13 franchise and that it's going to stay that way. But the action, there wasn't any weight to it. Because these characters, which characters are going to make it out alive and which aren't. Because if you've seen the original trilogy, you know that. So as someone that's seen every single Star Wars movie, including some of the TV show, I knew he was going to make it, so there wasn't any stakes. And if there's no stakes, it just gets dull. I also thought there was a cameo. It really didn't work for me. I felt like it reminded me of, if you've seen Rogue One, it reminded me of when Darth Vader appeared and everyone's like, oh my goodness, he's here. It's like, oh my goodness, I know him. And it's like, okay, you know him, but what's the purpose of this scene other than just to get a rise out of fans? It's like, oh look, and a clap and whatnot. Nostalgia, the nostalgia part of what I'm talking about. It's a shame, really, because again, they have a formula. They make money, obviously. Solo's going to make at least $100 million this weekend. And that's because there's a lot of fan base. There is a lot of love for this franchise. I see it. I understand why they like it. But, this is a film that has a lot of problems. Formulaic storytelling. Twists that you've seen many times. I personally saw all of them coming like a half hour in. Not even. And also just a bland overall storytelling method and action that just got old after a while and held no weight. So, I mean, overall, guys, honestly, this is a film, again, if you're a Star Wars fan, go out and see it. You'll love it. If you're on the fence about Star Wars, or if you kind of notice the formula and you're kind of like, I want more, you're not going to like this film. I know I didn't, which is why Solo, a Star Wars story, gets a 2 out of 5 star rating. It's honestly should be called Star Wars, an unnecessary story, because that's what it is. But guys, Solo, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below as to if you liked it or if you didn't. I am open to discussion, obviously, because try to be open-minded about this. Again, I understand if people like it or don't like it. You guys know my view. But again, comment section down below, and don't forget the subscription and notification bell, and catch you guys later.